Now the Waterman come up with a little rhyme. Do you remember this? Feel free to join in if you know it. And that was, if the lion's heads are drinking, then London is sinking. A more recent version that they come up with, if the lion's heads are ducked, London's well and truly flooded. That one doesn't rhyme, so we don't use it. We have the Thames barrier, 12 miles downriver now, so if it ever gets to that point, we can close the barrier and prevent London from flooding. Now coming up just ahead of us, on the left-hand side, the stone building, the green slated roof and the black pinnacle on the top. This is the old City of London School for Boys. Now 4 of our most famous scholars went to this school. They've actually been engraved into the stonework as statues. You can just see them just above each archway. From left to right, William Shakespeare, Francis Bacon, John Milton, and the one on the far right with the football on his knee is David Beckham. I'm only joking, I'm just still listening. You've all heard David speak, he never went to school. That in fact is Isaac Newton, and it is now owned by the J.P. Morgan Bank. Now these next set of bridges are the Blackfriars Bridges. The first is the Blackfriars Road Bridge. In the middle, the red support columns that you can see, they're the old support columns for the St Paul's Railway Bridge. Then the bridge just ahead of us is the Blackfriars Railway Bridge. Now where there used to be 3 bridges here on the Thames, they actually formed a tunnel, and they called it the Tunnel of Love. And they said if you turn to your loved one and give them a kiss whilst coming under any one of these bridges, it'll bring you many happy years together. There's not a lot of kissing going on up here. I will turn away if you don't want me to look. But if you're not here with your loved one, try it with your husband or your wife. This may work just the same. Now we come through the bridge, look up to your left-hand side, dominating the skyline there. We have St Paul's Cathedral. This was designed and built by Sir Christopher Wren. It took Wren 35 years to build, a cost of only £75,000. Now there is a viewing platform at the top, but if you wish to get there you do have to climb 562 steps, as there are no lifts or elevators, but they do say the views from up there over London are truly spectacular. Christopher Wren himself is actually buried inside the cathedral, and it is the second largest unsupported dome building in the world, the first being St Peter's of Rome. Crossing over to the right, the large brown building here, this is the old Bankside Power Station. This now homes the Tate Modern. It is free to enter, but when you go inside, you realise why it is free to enter. There's a blue cow in a box, a pile of bricks neatly arranged to look like a pile of bricks, a stone that's been painted red, and the one that they all queue up for, that amazes me, is a mirror that when you look in it you can see your own reflection. But it's free to enter, and if that's what you're into, that is Tate Modern. Just coming underneath the Millennium Foot Bridge, you may know this as the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge. Opened by the Queen in the year 2000, this bridge was closed the same day by the police. As there was such a violent swing and sway to it, people actually falling over and being sick. The gentleman who designed it, Sir Norman Foster, he said on live television, there is nothing wrong with my bridge, it's just the way people walk in London. It was reopened 18 months later and it was all down to counterweight. To the right hand side, the White's building with a thatched roof. This is a replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Just like the original, it's an open-air theatre. There's no sound or lighting, just like it was in the old days. It's open all year round, and in the busy summer months, just like today, they actually play some of Shakespeare's most famous plays. Okay, the next bridge that we're going to come under, this is Southwark Road Bridge. Now if you see anyone on this bridge, give them a little wave, because they're probably lost, drunk, or both, and they've probably been on there for days. This is London's least used bridge. The reason for that, it's so well hidden around the one-way streets and the back roads of London, not many people know how to find it. They only ever find it normally by mistake. It's only really professional drivers like lorry drivers, bus drivers and cab drivers who really use it. On the right, the glass building here, the Financial Times head office. It was on these grounds where the original Shakespeare Globe Theatre used to stand. And if we come up a little bit further, on the right we've got a pub here, the Anchor. Now there's been a pub on these grounds since 1615. So next year, 400 years, a pub on this ground. Now it's said that William Shakespeare himself used to use the attic of this pub as his changing rooms before strolling along and doing his performances in the Globe Theatre.